they said we'll kill you first before we get that nigga's life.
I don't think it was Big Scar, cause I
that's his name. That's his name.
But I don't think I listened to no Big Scar song.
That's his name, though.
Well, I'm finna go to my songs and see.
That's his name. That's the cousin.
Let me go to my playlist. Do I have any
Big Dirty is his boy that's with him today. He came out with him at that time too. So he gave up his rap career for loyalty.
Fugiano is not related to Pooh Shiesty?
No.
But Fugiano is in jail too, though, ain't he?
I think so. I don't know why, though.
Okay, Fugiano. He not related to Pooh Shiesty, but he came out with Pooh Shiesty. That's how I found out about him.
In my day and age, I feel like you saying Fugiano, like that could be 50 people. They all name.
They all saying their name is Fugiano?
Nah, but that's common of the name, like the Ooh, like OOG and things like that.
Well, it's 3 songs on here. One got Big Scar in it. One got Fugiano. 2 songs got Fugiano on it.
Big Scar is the cousin.
A Big Scar. Let me see. Did I really listen to these songs? They my songs.
That's Big Scar, yeah.
Yeah. So I must have been listening to his cousin.
That's Big Scar and Pooh Shiesty.
Mm-hmm. Featuring Fugiano and Pooh Shiesty.
His own father is going down with him. Roger Wright Jr., Big 30, one of the hottest Memphis drill rappers out. The man who blocked the studio door, charged with kidnapping and conspiracy. Then you have Kadarius Waters, Terrence Rogers, the one who posted the Rolex on social media, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, who posted the jewelry photos, Cordai Johnson, and Darian McDaniel. 8 arrests made in Dallas and Memphis. 1 suspect still being searched for at the time of the announcement. 9 people total, all facing federal kidnapping charges. And if convicted, every single one of them is looking at a maximum sentence of life in federal prison. Life in federal prison.
What?
A contract dispute that started because Pooh Shiesty didn't like his record deal. Now, gang, I need y'all to sit with this for a second because the irony here is something else. Pooh Shiesty just got out of prison in October 2025. He served 3 years for a gun crime. He had just gotten his life back. He was free. He had Big 30 still out here moving. He had music fans waiting on him. He had a whole second act ahead of him. Think about what that second act could have looked like. 3 years away, 3 years of built-up anticipation. The streets hadn't forgotten him. His name still carried weight. He had everything to come back to. And Gucci Mane? People close to the situation say that by 2024, Gucci had actually released most of the artists on 1,017 records. He let most of them go. You know who he kept? Pooh Shiesty. You know who else he kept? Fugiano. 2 artists he held on to specifically. And Pooh Shiesty was apparently unhappy with that. But here's the thing that blows my mind.
Why he can't pronounce the word?
That means Gucci still saw value in him. That means there was still a label structure around him. There were still resources. There was still infrastructure. An artist coming home from 3 years in federal prison with a label deal already waiting, that is a gift. Most artists come home to nothing. Most artists have to rebuild from scratch. Pooh Shiesty had a foundation. He had Big 30. He had the streets behind him. He had a path, and he chose this instead. So let me get this straight. Gucci Mane is one of the undeniable legends of trap music. The man who helped build Atlanta's sound from the ground up. The man who launched Young Thug. The man who put Pooh Shiesty himself on. Grammy nominated, publicly sober for years, focused, running a legitimate business, building a legacy, and one of his own artists who Gucci believed in enough to keep on the roster even while he was sitting in a federal prison cell, decided that the best move was to kidnap and rob him at gunpoint to force a contract release, and did it while wearing an ankle monitor from his last gun case. Y'all seeing this? Chat, are we surprised? Because we should not be surprised, but we should absolutely be shocked, because the level of short-term thinking it takes to do what he allegedly did, fresh out of prison, on home confinement, with an ankle monitor on your leg, is something I genuinely cannot explain. There is no world where this ends well. There was never a version of this plan where everybody walks away clean. The moment those guns came out in that studio, the federal case was already being built. That's either the boldest or the most reckless thing I have ever heard in my life. Maybe both. Probably both. Now, gang, this is the part of the story that sent the whole internet into a full meltdown. And I need you to understand why this is such a big deal in the culture. Federal court documents describe one of the victims, referred to only as RD, identifying the individuals who robbed him. The affidavit says this victim described the ringleader as wearing a black Nike Shiesty mask and black clothing during the robbery. And this same victim identified Pooh Shiesty by his Instagram handle. He pointed the feds directly to the account. RD is Radrick Davis. That is Gucci Mane's legal name. Gucci Mane identified Pooh Shiesty to federal investigators. Now look, before y'all go crazy in the comments, let me be clear about something. Gucci Mane was the victim here. He flew to Dallas for what he thought was a legitimate business meeting. He got held at gunpoint. His wedding ring was taken off his finger. He and 2 other people were trapped in a studio by armed men and at one point believed they were about to be executed. If someone does that to you, pulls a gun on you, takes everything off your body, has one of his boys choke your associate unconscious in the next room, and then the feds come asking what happened. Cooperating with law enforcement as a crime victim is not the same thing as being a snitch in the traditional sense. He was reporting something that was done to him. But you already know the internet does not do nuance. 50 Cent got word of the documents. 50 Cent, who has made a career out of saying the most calculated, most pointed thing at exactly the right moment, went online immediately. He referenced Gucci Mane's history. He referenced the 2005 incident involving Young Jeezy's associate Pookie Lock, a case where Gucci was cleared after claiming self-defense, and basically asked how the same man who moved like that in the streets ended up identifying his attackers to the federal government. The Post said, and I'm paraphrasing, he thought Gucci was smoking on Pookie Lock. He called it an only in Atlanta type of story. Oh my God. 50 Cent really did that. The post got deleted, but the internet had already screenshot everything, and the debate started immediately. Was Gucci wrong for cooperating? Was he supposed to just eat it and say nothing? Was 50 Cent out of pocket for clowning the man after he literally got robbed at gunpoint in a music studio? And here's my take. Y'all can agree or disagree in the comments because I want to hear it. Gucci Mane has been to prison. He knows how the system works. He came back, got sober, built a legitimate business, put artists on, ran a label, and became one of the most respected figures in the history of trap music. And one of his own artists, who Gucci kept on the roster while the man sat in a federal prison cell, flew 9 deep to Dallas, pulled an AK on him, took his wedding ring, and his boys choked somebody unconscious in the next room. At what point does the street code stop protecting the people who already broke it first? At what point does a man who just got robbed and held at gunpoint have the right to tell the feds exactly who did it? That's the conversation 50 Cent started. And nobody in the industry has been able to look away. Gucci has not responded publicly. He has not commented on the charges, on 50 Cent's post, on any of it. And honestly, he doesn't have to. The feds have the ankle monitor data. The feds have the air tag. The feds have the fingerprints on the red cups. Identifying his attacker by Instagram handle was almost just a bonus at this point. The case is being handled by the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas. The FBI's Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force led the investigation with help from the Memphis Police Department and multiple federal agencies. This isn't a local case. This isn't a county situation. This is federal, and federal prosecutors don't lose. The U.S. Attorney for the
Well, on that psychology, you can't win.
What?
Paraphrasing here.
Because if you don't do nothing, then they just got the draw on you, and you get victimized. So you got to use everything to come after them, the people who are trying to hurt you.
His longtime criminal defense
Whether it's
attorney,
police,
Miami
whether you
case,
shoot
put
back,
out a statement saying they
whether
were
you
looking into
testify
charges
against
and
them,
say more when they
anything.
knew more.
We're at
That's
war
it.
with
That's
each
all
other.
they gave.
So
Big 30's people
I'm
have
supposed
not said
to
anything
do what I
publicly
can to
at this
get you
point.
locked
Gucci
up,
Mane has not
to do
commented. And honestly,
anything I
after
can do to
everything
get
he
you
went through in that studio on January 10th, I
dealt
think Gucci
a
is just
hard
letting the feds handle
call.
it. Gang, let's bring this all the way back around. Pooh Shiesty, Memphis, one of the hottest rappers to come out of 2021, signs with Gucci Mane's 1017 records, gets a number 12 album, catches a federal gun case, does 3 years, comes home on an ankle monitor, and within months of getting out, allegedly pulls up on Gucci Mane in a Dallas studio with an AK, 8 members of his crew, pre-printed contract papers from Staples, and forces the man to sign his release at gunpoint, then robs him for his wedding ring, his watch, his earrings, and all the cash on it. Then lets his boys choke somebody unconscious in the next room, then posts the stolen jewelry on Instagram, and gets caught by his own ankle monitor, by license plate readers, by fingerprints on red cups, by an ARs and printing the papers. Big 30, who had real music momentum, who had features, who had a whole career still ahead of him, is now a federal kidnapping co-defendant. His name is in the indictment for blocking a studio door while his guys choked somebody unconscious inside. Think about what Big 30 gave up. He wasn't the ringleader. He wasn't the one waving the AK, but he was in that room. He blocked that door, and now he's facing the same maximum sentence as everybody else. Life in federal prison for being loyal to the wrong situation on the wrong day. This is not just a rap story. This is not just industry gossip.